Put it right here. The mic is hot, guys. We are live with another one, guys. Live with another one. Welcome to the channel. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys. We got a big one ahead of us, guys. We have a big event this Saturday. Headline by Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Guys, this is my UFC fight predictions. So I'm going to start at the top. As it stands right now, I am 147 wins and 100 losses. 100 losses, guys. I repeat, 147 wins and 100 losses for my UFC fight predictions for 2025 as it stands right now. And how you doing, Aryan? Welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat. All right, guys. Let's start with my UFC fight predictions for this event. Let's start at the top. We got Nicole Callery versus Carl Judas or Carla Judas. Nicole, Dustin will beat Max. That's what Jack says. Jack says Dustin will beat Max. Roman will beat Costa. All right, guys, this is my UFC fight predictions. Right now, as it stands, look, Nicole, you know, she's 0-1 right now. She is 0-1 right now. Carl, you know, she's 1-1. Judas, she's 1-1 right now. I don't really like either of these girls, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest. This one is really a pick'em. This one is really a 50-50 when you really want to, you know, get down to the nitty-gritty. I think the fight will go all 3 rounds. I'm going to give it to Nicole. I think Nicole is going to go in there, and she's most likely going to win by unanimous decision or even split decision. Due to the fact that she's a better overall mixed martial arts, better than Judas. That's what I believe. All right, moving on. We got Bruno Ferreira versus Jackson McVeigh. Jackson McVeigh is 0-0. Hasn't fought in the UFC right now. Bruno Ferreira, he's 2-1 in his last 3. Okay, so that's, you know, that's experience. That's experience. And, you know, he's fought in the UFC against good level competition. Jackson McVeigh, you know, this is his first opportunity in the UFC against Bruno. For that reason, guys, I'm gonna have to give it to Bruno Ferreira to win this fight, just based on experience and based on the fact that he's 2-1. He got some momentum, you know. And Jackson McVeigh, he's just too fresh. He's just too new right now. All right, guys, let me read some of these chats right now. Somebody says, "Hi, how you doing? Tough to pick, but Dustin did well against Islam before he got submitted, but it's hard to pick." I hear you, Bruno by KO. Hey, I think Bruno will take this fight, guys. I think Bruno will end up taking this fight. Easy for Bruno. What's up, my brother? How you doing? How are you doing? Welcome back to your chat. Welcome back to your channel, guys. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up. Like I always say, you might as well do it. And this is my UFC fight predictions. Now we're going to Ryan Spann versus Lucas Bresky. Okay, guys, both guys have a similar record right now. In the last 3, both guys are 1-2. You know, when you look at both men, they really have similar losses and similar wins, to be honest with you. I don't like either of these guys. They're just not entertaining to watch. I don't like Lucas. I don't like Ryan. I don't think either of these guys are very exciting when they enter the octagon. It's not like you're waiting to, you know, you're waiting for, you know, to see Ryan Spann, you know what I mean, fight. You're not waiting for that, guys. Okay, and you're definitely not waiting for Lucas. But if I had to pick someone, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Ryan Spann. I think Ryan Spann is just, This is also one of those fights that is just a pick 'em fight. You know what I mean? But I think Ryan Spann will end up beating Lucas. I think Ryan Spann has a little bit more experience, and his wins have looked more impressive than Lucas, wins. So I'm gonna have to give it to Ryan Spann. They're both 1-2 in the last three, but still I'm gonna give it to Ryan Spann. All right, guys. Next, we got Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Prachnio. Marcin Prachnio versus Jimmy Crute. Uh, Guys, these guys have terrible records. Let me read some of these comments. This heavyweight fight is really pick'em shitty fight. I'm telling you, Ariane. I am telling you my point exactly. Excuse me. Both of these guys, I mean, horrible record, guys. Horrible record. Jimmy Crute, he got 2 draws, 1 loss. Okay, and his last 3, 2 draws and 1 loss, guys. Marcin, I mean, it's not prettier, guys. I mean, he's 1-2 in his last 3. This whole card is filled with those. Uh, just based on their records, man, I'm gonna have to give it to Jimmy Crute just because even though they have similar records once again, and these guys are just they're not the best mixed martial arts fighters. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna have to give it to Jimmy Crute just based on the fact that when he does go in there, he doesn't really get horribly beaten. You know what I mean? It's not like he goes in there and he looks horrible. I mean, just the fights are not that entertaining. 2 draws, 1 loss. I give it to Jimmy Crute. I think he'll be able to beat Marcin by unanimous decision, guys. All right. Did you ever have to use MMA for self defense, or you ever faced bullies before? Bullies, bro. For that question, let me see. I have had to, but it's been very subtle. Like I haven't really like nobody. I'm not out here trying to pick a fight. You know what I mean? So it's very rare that somebody, works up my nerves to the point where I want to hurt them. You know, um, you have to really get me going, to a point where I know for a fact there's no other way out of this situation. So I'm gonna have to beat your ass, or I'm gonna have to, do something about it. But yeah, I have used my mixed martial arts before. I have. Can't deny it. Can't deny it. Okay. Um, where were we? Yeah, I give it to Jimmy Crute, guys. I give it to Jimmy Crute. All right, moving on. We got Adam Figget. All right, I'm not making that up. Adam Figget versus Islam Doltiov. Uh, Islam is pretty fresh. He's 0-0. This will be his first fight against Adam. Uh, Adam, he's 2-1. Damn, Adam is 2-1. Adam is 2-1 in his last 3. This one was a tough one for me, just based on their records. I like Adam. I just don't have any faith in Adam. I really don't. Uh, I think Islam will be able to go in there, get this W, get a good win underneath his belt, and start gaining some momentum. So I'm gonna give it to Islam Daltiov to beat Adam by, I don't know, maybe a submission, maybe a submission in the first round. Possibly. All right, guys, moving on. We got Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen. Oh man, both guys similar record, 1-2 in their last fight. I mean, in their last 3. Excuse me. Never really been a fan of Marvin. He always talks up a big game, and then he goes in the octagon and gets his ass beaten horribly. You know what I mean? He has a bad attitude as well. I don't really like Brendan Allen that much either, to be honest with you. This is a toss 'em. You know what I mean? Man, Brandon Allen's last win was against Curtis. All right. And you already saw this weekend Curtis's performance. I mean, the guy is just not entertaining at all. I just don't like Marvin, guys. I honestly just don't like Marvin. I never liked this Italian guy, and I like, I mean, I have Italian, I have Italian families, but I have Italian family members, but Marvin is just not that dude. In my opinion, I just don't like the guy. So for that reason, guys, I'm gonna have to go ahead and pick Brandon Allen to beat Marvin, most likely by unanimous decision, because Marvin is a tough guy. You're not gonna finish that guy. You know what I mean? He's a tough guy, so it's probably gonna be a unanimous decision, 3-round barn burner. I'm gonna give it to Brandon Allen to win that fight, unanimous decision. All right, guys, we got Kyler Phillips versus Vinicius Oliveira. Um, Kyler Phillips is 2-3 in his last. I mean, it's 2-1 in his last three, guys. All right, Kyler Phillips is 2-1 in his last three. However, when you look at his record, it's not that impressive. Um, his last loss was against Rob Font, which is not that bad. Let me read some of these comments. Big hype on Islam guy on the internet. That's most that's the reason why I picked Islam. I think he'll be able to go in there and get the submission. Hey, dude, have you checked Twitter today? Aryan, my guy, I'm already 3 steps ahead of you. Trust me, I already saw the pictures. Okay, I'm gonna make a whole live about it. All right, tomorrow morning I'm gonna make a whole live about Conor McGregor. Okay, and his nudes that have touched the internet, guys. Okay. Unfortunately, I got the privilege to see the pictures because I am, in the media, and I have to, look up and search these informations, unfortunately, just to see if it verifies. And guys, Conor McGregor uh, is out here sending nudes. He's out here cheating on D. Devlin. They got him, on picture. They got him on video cheating on his uh his baby mama. And not only that, but uh apparently they leaked his nudes. And I guess he's out here sending nudes of his, his bottom D part. And unfortunately, Conor McGregor is fully out there, if you know what I mean. All right, guys. We got Kyler Phillips, Vinicius Oliveira. Like I said, Kyler Phillips' last loss is against Rob Font. He's 2-1 in his last three. Vinicius Oliveira, he got some momentum with him. He's 3-0 in his last three fights. Hasn't lost yet. I'm gonna have to give it to Vinicius Oliveira. I think he'll be able to go in there and most likely get the finish on Kyler. Finish in the second or first round, guys. All right, moving on. We got Nikolai Verdin. I can't even pronounce his last name. V. I'm just gonna call him Nikolai V versus Francisco Prado. And once again, guys, not a pretty record. Nikolai is 0-1. Francisco Prado, I mean, he's 1-2 in his last three. I don't like either of these men either. But I'm gonna pick Prado to beat Nikolai. I just think Prado will be able to go in there and use his experience and most likely, implement his game plan and beat Nikolai to a unanimous decision and implement his will as well on Nikolai. And Nikolai will end up being 0-2 after this loss against Prado. All right, guys, moving on. Let me read some of these comments. Yo, gang, what's good, man? What's up, Dean? Welcome back to your chat. Welcome back to your channel. Phillips by KO. I say Vinicius Oliveira, guy. Read my comment above. Prado by KO. That's what I said. Prado. He said, in those situations, even knowing MMA becomes irrelevant as you don't know what to do. What should I have done, bro? Let me see. Let me see more of your comments. Did you ever have to use my? I faced a lot in college because I was an outsider and they were local guys, so they had that advantage and local support. Uh, in those situations, even though MMA becomes irrelevant, as you don't know what to do. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? About MMA becoming irrelevant. You know what I mean? The only time mixed martial arts becomes irrelevant is when is if you're in a boxing gym and you're boxing, you know, somebody who knows how to box. Because I've been in a gym like that and I did horrible. Like I absolutely did horrible when it comes to boxing against a boxer. It just wasn't my thing. You know what I mean? But when it comes to a mixed martial arts sparring, where I can, you know, takedown, where I can utilize a clinch, where I can utilize a clinch to a knee to an elbow, where I can utilize, you know, my distance to be able to touch you with my kicks. In that manner, I would definitely fuck up a boxer in that manner. Um, but going back to what you were saying about mixed martial arts being relevant, I've never been in a situation where my mixed martial arts have been irrelevant. Like in my situations, it's helped me. It's helped me get out of every situation unscathed. So I don't know. For me, you just gotta believe in your skills. Just believe in your skills and believe in yourself, and you'll be able to get yourself out of any situation if you know they arise. To be honest with you. But anyways, moving on, we got Atima Guitar versus Robert Valentine. Atima is 1-0 in his last fight. Robert, he's 0-2 in his last two fights. I like Atima. He goes in there and he usually looks for the KO. I think Atiba will be able to go in there and finish Robert in the first round by unanimous ass whipping, most likely by, you know, KO or TKO in the first round. I say Atiba knocks out Robert in the first round, guys. All right, moving on. We got Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Guys, these guys have similar records. They're both 2-1 in their last three. They're both looking for a win. Kevin Holland coming off of some momentum. I just don't like Kevin Holland, guys. I told myself ever since that Jackson podcast that I was never going to choose Kevin Holland to win another fight. And the reason being is because Kevin Holland is a fake, guys. All right, Kevin Holland is a fake. He's the biggest fake that you can ever see in mixed martial arts. The reason why I say that is because the guy plays like he's a nice guy, but in reality, he's a walking Conor McGregor dick pic. To be honest with you, that's exactly what Kevin Holland is. Okay, and he showed himself he showed all his ass, okay, on that Jackson podcast. And for that reason, guys, I would not be picking Kevin Holland to win against Daniel Rodriguez. I'm going to go for the raza. And you know what? I hope Daniel Rodriguez goes in there and gives Kevin Holland one of the hardest fights that he can ever have in that octagon. I hope Daniel Rodriguez makes Kevin Holland bleed, okay? I hope Daniel Rodriguez KOs Kevin Holland, actually. I hope we see the old Daniel Rodriguez going there, you know what I mean? Not the stiff Daniel Rodriguez, and just go in there and punch a hole right in Kevin Holland's head. That's what I want to see, guys. So for that reason, I'm picking Daniel Rodriguez to win against Kevin Holland, okay? Moving on, guys, we got Michael Johnson, the Michael Johnson that's been in the mixed martial arts community and the UFC for over a decade. The guy has been in there since basically he was born, okay? We got Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. Daniel Zellhuber versus Michael Johnson. Similar records, 2-1 in their last three, both men. I'm going to have to give it to Daniel Zellhuber to beat Michael Johnson just based on the fact that Michael Johnson, man, he's taken some beating. He's been in the octagon for a very, very long time. Michael Johnson, I mean, he's been in the wrong end of L's, okay? And I think Daniel Zellhuber will be able to go in there, implement a good game plan, and beat Michael Johnson to a unanimous decision, most likely. But Michael Johnson is not going to make it easy. I can tell you that much. But this is definitely going to be a barn burner. I can tell you that much. It's going to be a fun fight. But I'm going for Daniel Zellhuber to beat Michael Johnson, guys. All right, guys. Moving on. We got Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Guys, I don't like Patricio Pitbull. All right, after that performance against Yair Rodriguez, all right, the dead body of Yair Rodriguez, Patricio Pitbull made Yair Rodriguez look 4 or 5 years younger. Okay, I didn't know that was possible. All right, Yair Rodriguez was getting murdered by Brian Ortega. Guys, the dead body of Brian Ortega. Okay, and here we are with Patricio Pitbull in the UFC, 0-1, lost against Rodriguez. He finds himself against a 1-2 record in his last 3 against Dan Ige. Dan Ige always is a tough fight for anybody. Guys, I'm going to have to go for Dan Ige. I'm going to have to pick the UFC guy. I'm going to have to pick Dan Ige to go in there, give Patricio Pitbull a barn burner, make Patricio Pitbull look even more stiff than Yair Rodriguez made him look. Okay, because Patricio Pitbull is basically a walking stiff tree. All right, honestly, the guy doesn't even move. So I'm gonna have to pick Dan Ige to win that fight, most likely by unanimous decision, guys. I picked Dan Ige to win that one. All right. Somebody says Harlan by sub. Fuck Harlan. Emotional pick. You're damn right it's an emotional pick. All right, you're damn right. I go Pitbull by KO. Nah, man, I'm going for Dan Ige. Dan Ige, unanimous decision. All right, guys. We are in the co-main event of the evening. We got Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. Guys, I don't like either of these guys. I don't like Roman Kopylov. I don't like Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa is terrible, actually. I don't even know why he's I don't even know how he gets the opportunity to co-main event a pay-per-view. How does Paulo Costa get this opportunity? I don't understand. His last win was in 2022. Okay? His last win, Paulo Costa's last win was in 2022 against a dead body of Luke Rockhold, guys. Think about that. All right? Guys, for that reason, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to pick Roman Kopylov to go in there and beat Paulo Costa. Most likely, implement a good game plan where he can utilize his full mixed martial arts, game. Most likely time a good takedown, take down Paulo Costa, make him work, get him tired, and most likely win by submission. I think Roman Kopylov will be able to pull it off. I think Robbie Kopylov will beat Paulo Costa. I don't even know how Paulo Costa is co-main event a pay-per-view these days. Honestly, the UFC is falling off. We have to fucking blame Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard for a terrible co-main event in this. This is unbelievable. But anyways, guys, I'm going for Roman Kopylov to win that fight, all right? All right, guys, moving on to the main event of the evening, guys. For the third time, Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier finally meet in the center of the octagon. Who's going to take it? Okay? Max Holloway, he's 2-1 in his last 3. Dustin Poirier, he's 1-2 in his last 3. But however, Max Holloway coming off of a devastating knockout, the first time in history, in his career, where Max Holloway found himself looking up at the referee. I'm gonna have to pick Dustin Poirier to beat Max Holloway, guys. I think Dustin Poirier will go in there, make it a barn burner. I think Max Holloway will stay in the fight. I think he's not gonna get finished, but I do see Dustin Poirier winning this fight, and it's gonna be a terrific fight. He's gonna win it, and he's gonna ride off into the sunset, guys. Dustin Poirier wins this fight, making him the new BMF, title holder right before he retires. I picked Dustin Poirier to win this fight, guys. That is my UFC fight prediction, guys. From top to bottom, as it stands, I'm 147 wins and 100 losses. I repeat, 147 wins and 100 losses, guys, for my 2025 UFC fight predictions. Like and subscribe, guys, if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. Let me read some of these comments before I head out of here. But how many guys do I fight? They are all local, and they will gang up against me in college, and be hard for me to even go to class, and they even get you in the streets as you're an outsider in that city. Man, I don't think anybody will fuck with you. You know what I mean? If you lay a good ass whipping on somebody, I don't think anybody would fuck with you. I don't think anybody is gonna touch you. They could say what they want to say, right? They could say whatever they want to say, but I highly doubt after an ass whipping, anybody is going to want to touch you and get into a physical altercation with you. So, in my belief, if somebody goes ahead and starts a fight with you, make sure you lay it into them, okay? And use them as an example to show to everybody else. All right. Let me see. Holland good at 170. I don't give a damn about Holland. Daniel by KO. That's what I say. Daniel Rodriguez will win. I go Pitbull by KO. No, man. I don't think Pitbull will win. I got Max Holloway. Juice Man. I got Dustin Poirier to win this fight, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm out of here, guys. Like and subscribe. One love. This is my UFC fight predictions. Peace.